pleasant good evening from Namoli Family Stadium. Joined by Christopher Francisco, I'm Connor Moore. Christopher, we have a primetime matchup between the Sharks of Nova Southeastern and the Tampa Spartans. Nova, they're 9-3 in conference play, 20-12 overall. Whereas for Tampa, they're 9-6 and 17-9 on the season. And we are expecting to see, as the lineups are exchanged, particularly Lexi Strorer in the circle for the Sharks. Christopher, give us a rundown about what to expect. She has 108 innings on the season.
Strorer's a good pitcher. 2.92 earned run average on the season. She has a lot of starts, a lot of appearances. Going to throw lots of strikes in this ball game.
We are just moments away. It's a gorgeous night here in downtown Tampa, Florida. This is the first of three. We'll have a doubleheader tomorrow. Be sure to join us for that. First game will be at 12, and game two will follow about 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first game. As for the Tampa Spartans, they're currently riding, Christopher, a fine winning streak. Their last loss came March 8th against Florida Tech 2-0, but they've strung together afterwards a total of 8 wins in a row following that.
Yeah, the Spartans really had a terrible losing streak earlier in the season, and they really righted the ship. Looked like the season was going to fall apart, but they've come back, and now they have a big, huge series to get back into the conference lead.
Expect to see McKaylee Dooley pitching. She has been pitching lights out, 1.12 earned run average, 13 wins on the season. She has 14 complete games across 19 total appearances and a whopping 118 and a third innings.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
The Sharks are coached by Julie Lemaire, assisted by Taylor Fuller, as we get to meet the starting lineups for both teams.
Beginning with the Sharks of Nova Southeastern, won tonight's game with an overall record of 20-12.
Christopher, what do the Spartans have to do in the early going of this game to get ahead of a very tough team that travels on the road? Of course, Nova will migrate on over from Fort Lauderdale on the East Coast.
In the conference so far this season, the Spartans have 9 wins, but they haven't scored many runs. Their last 2 games in the conference, they won 1-0 each time. Look to get on the board, push some runs across early in this game.
Designated player batting fifth, number 20, Aubrey Hernandez. First base batting sixth, number 22, Ely Meyer. Left field batting seventh, number 17, Stephanie White.
What's encouraging about the Tampa team is how deep they are on a given basis, game to game. You're not limited to only a few players that can get hot at the plate. They have numerous players that can take over at any given time.
And also this season, Dooley's had a lot of help in the circle as well. Corinne Miner this year, 1.68 ERA, 41 2/3 innings pitched. Sam Worrell has had 22 innings pitched this year. That was kind of unprecedented coming into the season.
Another key player, Lexi Chevalier, has upped her batting average to 255 on the year for the Spartans. You mentioned at times struggling to get going offensively. She is one of the players that is tearing it up in her freshman campaign. Sam Worrell, South Florida transfer. She's been a consistent number 3 hitter, and we've seen her at third base a good deal throughout the season. She's added another element to the Spartans that make them dangerous this time of year.
Yeah, we're not getting that late in the season so far, but we're getting to the point where you really have to take care of your conference games.
Mentioned Chevalier, freshman for the Spartans. One to look out for the Sharks. Tia Williams, she has 10 stolen bases on the year. Freshman from Land O'Lakes, Florida. Laurel leads Tampa with 3 home runs. How about 10 long balls on the year for Suka Van Gerp, who's batting .433 on the year. She is a very difficult out when she's up at the plate. Senior from Curacao.
Yeah, I think if the Spartans played in a more regular ballpark, we'd see a lot more home runs. I don't think we've seen a ball go over the fence yet this year.
We'll take a moment to honor America. You're watching on the Sunshine State Digital Network. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Namoli Family Stadium. I'm Connor Moore, joined by Christopher Francisco. Glad to have you with us for the first of three. Should be an entertaining weekend.
Using obscene gestures, profanity, racial, sexist, or unduly provocative language or action toward officials, opponents.
Christopher, what are the keys to victory for Tampa tonight?
Scratch out runs early in the game. You don't want to get stuck in a late ball game having to push across a run. With Dooley in the circle, the sooner you get runs, the more likely you're going to win the ball game. As the game goes on, you really allow Nova Southeastern to have a great shot.
Kevin Jack will be the crew chief calling balls and strikes tonight, as the Sharks await McKaylee Dooley, who will look to continue on a remarkable senior season. Caught up a lot with her early in the year. And
yeah.
Of late, just nothing has changed in terms of her demeanor.
Well, we asked her in the beginning of the year, could she possibly get any better? And she said, of course she could. And she has this year.
And the saying I love is, don't fix anything that doesn't need to be. Don't break something that's not broken. And right now, she is just on a tear in the circle. And anytime she's pitching, the Spartans have an opportunity to compete in every ball game. Maddie Farrow behind the plate. Emily Jansen over at first. Sam Worrell at third. Steph Ballmer is at short. Christina Clawberg at second. Sydney Laguerre, the junior from Miami, lefty leadoff hitter, is analyzing Dooley as she unwinds. And that's the key to hitting, timing.
Yeah.
Timing out the release so you can see the ball, drive the ball.
And it's such a short distance between home and the rubber there in the circle that you really have no time to react to the pitch.
The Spartans are ready. Sharks ready. Kevin Jack is ready. And the first pitch of the series from McKaylee Dooley is on the way. Upstairs, ball one. Coach Leslie Cantor, we've seen with her defensive alignment, Clawberg and Worrell tend to be the two Spartan infielders that play in. As that one is poked foul, 1-1.
Reyes in left field playing very close to that left field line. If anything's hitting that left center field gap, the batter may be able to make it all the way around.
1-2 the count. Reyes is joined in the outfield by Corinne Miner in center and Lexi Chevalier in right.
But I guess the scouting report says she won't hit the ball into that left center field gap. We'll see what happens.
Dooley ahead, 1-2. 3 straight foul balls. On deck, Tia Williams, the freshman from Lando Lakes. That one nubbed down the right side, foul. Quality first at bat here by Laguerre, making Dooley throw pitches. Expect McKaylee here to try to get this leadoff hitter to chase, expand the strike zone. The 1-2. Hit to Clawberg, makes the play with the throw, and a pick there by Jansen for the first out.
Batting second for Nova Southeastern, number 2, Tia Williams.
Chris, how good has Tia Williams, freshman, been for the Sharks?
Batting .308 this season, 104 at-bats, 32 hits, 5 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. 18 runs batted in. Out of the 2-hole, that's pretty good.
And she's behind 0-1. Pitch from Dooley, now 0-2. McKaylee is coming with the heat right out of the gate. Have only seen the riser predominantly. But she mixes the changeup in there nicely. And payoff. Farrell tried to frame it.
That's a good call there by the home plate umpire. That pitch was up and away.
And the 1-2. Hit left field. Ranging back. Reyes makes the play. 2 down. And it's incredible when hitters elevate the ball off of Dooley. Rarely do they hit it with any steam. It tends to just be a shaggy fly ball, and that's what it was there.
Yeah.
And Reyes, who you mentioned was hugging the left field line, ranged it out and made a nice play. As that one is hit to Balmer, ranging and making the throw. Bang, bang, play. And the Sharks go down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. And coming up for the Spartans, Lexi Chevalier, Christina Clawberg, and Corinne Miner. You're watching on the Sunshine State Digital Network. Welcome back as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Spartans coming to bat, and they will face Christopher. Give us this pitcher who, for the Sharks, has been nothing short of an ace Lexi Stroher.
So far this season, 2.92 earned run average, 19 appearances, 16 starts, 108 innings pitched. She's given up 106 hits. That's a lot. 57 runs. She's stranded lots of runners. She's been good.
And Lexi Chevalier, she has batted all over the lineup for Tampa. We see her leading off tonight. Just shows how interchangeable the Spartans are. And the first pitch coming up from Stroher. Infield back for Chevalier. And the pitch. Inside, ball one. Lexi has 18 hits on the season. The 1-0. Skied to shallow right field. And making the play is Hawk over there in right field. One down. And Tina Clawberg up to the plate. 4 doubles on the year. And she leads the team with 8 sacrifice hits. No one to move over here, so Christina will swing away. And that pitch right down the middle, strike one. Defense for the Sharks. Wang is in left, Laguerre in center. And we saw Hawk make the catch in right. And the 0-1. Changeup misses low. It will be 4, 5, and 6 for Nova in the second inning. Schmal, Hernandez, and Mayers against McKaylee Dooley. The 1-1. Tried to clip the outside corner to no avail. And the 2-1. Ahead now 3-1. Looking at the conference standings, the Sharks and Spartans both with 9 wins. However, Tampa has 3 more losses. But that can all change.
Yeah, this is a big
with 3
series.
games, yes. Favorable 3-1. Clawberg taking all the way, and the count goes full. Spartans head to Daytona Beach next weekend to take on Embry-Riddle, the Eagles, before coming back to face on the Buccaneers of Barrie. That'll be April 5th and 6th. And the 3-2 chopped to the right side, and that will be, looks to be a hit, I think, because that was rocketed to first base. We'll see the official scoring. For Clawberg.
Yeah, it was a tough play there at first base. Came on the first baseman very quickly and not able to get the backhand on it.
That was drilled to first base, so that was, without a doubt, going to be a tough play for Mayers, even if she had come up with it. Corinne Miner, center fielder for the Spartans, gets her first at-bat.
Miner batting .263 on the season. 4 doubles, a couple triples, and a home run.
The 1-0. Hit down the first baseline foul. As we said, this is important for Tampa to get out early and get McKaylee Dooley the lead. They have been so successful when doing so. Little looper and over the head of the second baseman Gerp, and everybody's safe. And from the expression of Corinne Miner, kind of shrugs her shoulder and says, "I'll take it."
Yeah. Second baseman really didn't know how to turn for that ball. Went for the over the shoulder, then spun around the other way and wasn't able to reach up and make the catch.
And for Sam Worrell, one of the better run-producing hitters in the conference, has an opportunity, only one out, as Matty Farrell is on deck. First pitch, fastball for a strike.
Worrell so far in the season, 18 runs batted in.
One the count. And one of the better crowds of the season here. Two perennial teams in the Sunshine State Conference. Why not?
You got a good crowd. The cheerleaders are here today.
Saw the Hillsborough Community College softball team as well in the area. So 1-1 as Worrell takes a time. One of the best time of year for sports in general. Everything is going on. And for these Tampa spring programs, it's in the midst of the season for lacrosse, baseball, and softball. Nova already has 20 wins on the year, and if Tampa plays well, they'll be nearing that plateau relatively soon. Meeting in the circle here, as we see head coach Julie Lemaire getting a word with her starting pitcher. Strauer has run into a bit of trouble. Spartans have terrific speed on the bases. Miner runs well at first, as does Clawberg at second. And Sam Worrell is looking for her pitch here. If she likes it, we'll try to find a gap. Here comes the 2-1. And out at third base is Clawberg. The throw from Schmall to Kite, and 2 outs. So the Spartans aggressive there, both trying to advance, as Miner does to second.
Yeah, that wasn't great base running. The ball didn't skip away too much from the catcher.
So it's a 2-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Count moves full. But we have seen from Tampa, it has been hard to squeak out runs, so however you can try to do so.
Yeah, you always want to try and push the issue, but you have to make a better read on that play. That ball was not far enough to make the advance to third.
And the 3-2. Early swing there from Worrell into the Tampa dugout. We'll do it again.
If she was going to second, it might be a different story because that's a longer throw, but third base, much closer.
Given the situation, though, it is acceptable because there was 1 out, so you can make the second out at third base. Obviously no other out, but the defense made the play, and Worrell has a chance. 3-2 from Storer. Served into right field, and making the catch is Hawk, and the Spartans come up empty-handed as we go to the top of the second inning. Nothing doing on the scoreboard here on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Back here at the Nemoli Family Stadium, Christopher Francisco, I'm Connor Moore. Saw some defense on display in the first inning as both teams did not score. And get the feeling that this might be that kind of game with
Definitely.
two elite pitchers going head-to-head.
Both pitchers' ERAs under 3. McKaylee Dooley's almost 1. And we've said multiple times, Spartans have a tough time scoring runs, especially in these conference games.
So it will be the cleanup hitter leading off for the Sharks. Miriam Schmall, sophomore from Bradenton, and a University of South Florida transfer. So played with Sam Worrell. As Dooley gets ready to lead things off here in the top of the second inning. And the 12th pitch of the ball game for McKaylee plunks the Sharks catcher, and we have a leadoff base runner. Aubrey Hernandez now with one on. Hernandez, a junior from Overland Park, Kansas, takes the first pitch inside. And the 1-0, cut on and missed. See the off speed that time by Dooley.
Second inning, starting to mix those pitches in now.
Showing bunt, Dooley will throw to Clawberg, who is covering, and advancing to second is Schmall. So how about that? Advancing the runner, Christopher. Do you like the decision?
Yes, against McKaylee Dooley, definitely.
We'll see if it will pay off.
The Spartans haven't given up a run in a long time.
And Keely Mayers, first baseman senior from Safety Harbor, takes the first pitch outside.
The Spartans have pitched shutouts in their last 4 games. They haven't given up a run since Friday, March 15th against Lynn.
Cut on and missed. That pitch is unhittable. But it's hard to lay off as it just rises out of the strike zone late as it enters Farrell's glove. So 1-1 with 1 out. 2-1. And the pitch. At the knees, 2-2. And you get the impression both teams are going to be extremely aggressive throughout, just trying to find a way to manufacture runs however they can do so. So full count. Dooley being careful with Mayers. Payoff, cut on and miss, she gone. Goes with the changeup. Mayers was looking fastball, and her timing was off on that swing.
Number 17, Stephanie Wang.
Stephanie Wang, junior from Arcadia, California. Played at Pace University previously. Takes first pitch, ball 1. 5, 6, and 7 for Tampa coming up. Farrell, Jansen, and the designated player, Bailey Phillips. Wang hits that one. Reyes on the run, cannot get to it. Foul ball. The 1-1. Foul tip. 1-2. And some life now from Tampa, the bench, as Dooley 1 pitch away from getting out of the jam. Pitch number 22 coming up. Dooley delivers. Late swing by Wang, but gets a piece to stay alive.
Just barely able to get a piece of that pitch off the end of the bat.
McKaylee is so dominant because hitters up there look to be guessing every time, especially behind in the count. And we see again, Wang just trying to make contact and spoil that pitch. Really nowhere to hit it. It's up and out over the plate. And let's see what Dooley comes back with. The 1-2. Changeup. Not sure where that one missed.
Perhaps a bit upstairs, maybe inside. Pitch is very close. The catcher Farrell didn't really complain though. She didn't hold the ball in there that long, so.
The 2-2, she goes with the riser, eye level, and McKaylee Dooley with the strikeout. That's her second of the game. Farrell, Jansen, and Phillips coming up for the Spartans in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back.
What have we here? Another random school of fish. Watch as they mimic each other's every move. Even their own mothers can't tell these fish apart. In this school, there is no room for individualism. These fish live in fear.
Welcome back, Spartans and Sharks in a softball clash. Exciting atmosphere here at the Namoli Family Stadium. Christopher, what has your impression been through the first inning and a half?
Well, if these pitchers keep doing what they're doing, it's going to be very difficult to get any runs across. We've already seen both teams try and play a little small ball, advance the runners as much as they possibly can. No runs have come across yet, but it's going to be a long day for these hitters.
What do you expect from Maddie Farrell here, Christopher? She faces Strauer, who had a seesaw first inning, did give up 2 hits, but over 19 pitches was able to get out without giving up any runs.
Farrell, the catcher this season, one of the best hitters in the Spartans lineup, batting .289 on the season, with 14 runs batted in.
Strauer is ready, Farrell is ready, and we are set to begin the bottom of the second inning. Defense playing back. And the first pitch catches the corner, strike one. Gerp is in the outfield, the right field over there at second base, respecting the pop of Farrell as that changeup had some stellar movement. And the first 2 pitches now has Maddie Farrell behind 0-2. Working from behind, Tampa's catcher will try to figure out Strauer as she hacks at that pitch, stays alive. And for Farrell, she has 19 hits on the year, and most of those have come in recent play, several multi-hit games. 0-2, slow roller. Making the play at shortstop is Williams on over to Mayers, retiring Maddie Farrell.
Batting 6. for your Spartans. Number 19, Emily Jensen.
Emily Jansen has cooled off at the plate in recent games. Still tied with Chevalier, entering with the 255 for the team lead. Swinging first pitch, and a nice catch on the short hop is Kite to Mayers. And the first two batters go down for Tampa here in the bottom of the second inning.
Number 15, Bailey Phillips.
Bailey Phillips has an act for getting on base. Second on the team with a 339 on base percentage. Just behind Clawberg. First pitch changeup in there for a strike. On deck is McKaylee Dooley. We see Steph Ballmer in the flex position today, not hitting, but playing the field as short. 0-1. Most of the year, Ballmer has been the leadoff hitter for the Spartans, but the flex has rotated a fair amount throughout the year.
Definitely.
One, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Goes to 2-2. 2-1, pardon. 8-9-1 for the Sharks. Be the designated player Baldridge, Kite, and Laguerre against Dooley. Phillips was all over that pitch just early with the swing, but that was one of the pitches she really could drive. Left out over the plate. And the Sharks ace will pace around the circle here to regroup. 2-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
Phillips this season, kind of a down year for her. She strikes out there. Batting just .217 coming into this ball game.
So that's a strong inning for the Sharks. And we go to the top of the third inning. You're watching on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
Amazing new iPhone 8 is at AT&T, and we know you'll love it.
Because we know you want more.
More great camera features and more power.
And more than just unlimited data, we give you unlimited plans with HBO included for life.
Because you deserve more entertainment. And more spokespeople.
Talking like this, saying the word more.
AT&T.
It's time for more. Am I too close? I feel like I'm too close.
Get the iPhone 8, and with all AT&T unlimited plans, get HBO for life. Only for
Nowadays, more and more people are on the go. We are all busy with work and family. Clean Eats has a solution. At every Clean Eats location, we have grab-and-go coolers that are packed full of freshly made breakfast, lunch, and dinner meals. Whether you are a soccer mom, business person, athlete, or just someone that does not have time to prepare your own meals, Clean Eats has you covered. Our grab-and-go cooler will always have a wide selection of meals to satisfy you. Each to-go meal is priced under $7 to make our food very affordable. Be sure to stop and try a to-go meal. Clean Eats.
Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. I'm Christopher Francisco alongside Connor Moore on the call for you this evening. Tampa Spartans, Nova Southeastern, no score, top of the third inning.
Yeah, pitcher's duel, Christopher. We expected that, and that's what we're getting on display as the Spartans play back on defense for the designated player, Baldridge, over here.
Dooley so far in this game, 2 innings pitched, no hits so far. Now the 2-1. Popped up left side of the infield. Shortstop Ballmer calls, makes the catch, and that's the first out of the third.
Dooley has been nothing short of spectacular in the circle thus far, and it's been an all-season long occurrence where opposing hitters have looked lost at the plate, trying their best to find a way on board. It's been tough.
Yeah, so far Dooley coming into the ball game, 1.06 earned run average. That's just unheard of. Now the first pitch is taken outside for a ball.
It's the number 9 hitter, Kayla Kite, senior from Jacksonville for Nova Southeastern.
Here comes the 1-0. Taken on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Overpowering pitch there. Maddie Farrell might have been a little bit off the plate, but she reeled it in, and Kevin Jack with the strike.
Now the 1-1. Taken in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Dooley has 130 strikeouts on the year.
That one's lined left center field. That's going to fall for a base hit in the gap. Left fielder Reyes gets to it, fires into second base. The dive at second base. She's in there safely. It's a double for Kite, and now the lineup switches back to the top.
Our first extra base hit of the ball game.
Nova Southeastern's first hit of the ball game.
And we go back to the top of the lineup for Laguerre. Southpaw hitter.
Laguerre, the lefty, last time up, grounded out. Corners come in, expecting bunt. Here comes the first pitch. Taking all the way on the outside corner, 0-1.
In at the corners of the Spartans on defense.
Now the 0-1. Slap to the left side. It'll go foul. No balls and 2 strikes.
And those are the kind of swings we've been seeing with Dooley with those outside pitches, not following through, just kind of poking at it and doing their best to make contact. Laguerre grounded out in the top of the first inning to Clawberg.
That one's popped up. Left side of the diamond. Shortstop Ballmer calls and makes the catch, and there are 2 gone.
Tia Williams gets her second at bat.
Williams 0 for 1 with a fly out, her first time up. Runner still on second. First pitch skips in. The runner takes a few steps, but eventually holds back at second base.
In that first inning, Tia Williams drove the ball fairly deep. Lauren Reyes had to retreat, but made the catch.
It's a windy day here in Tampa. We've seen the ball carry to the outfield a lot better than we have in the past.
And that is some kind of pitch. Williams, entirely fooled, was out in front, lunged at it.
That pitch just kind of floats in there. You're kind of surprised that it's even able to make it to the catcher's glove.
Pitch number 40 for Dooley.
Pitch sits down low, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Her pitch count looking just fine.
Now the 2-1. Swings and fouls it off to the left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That last pitch coming way inside on Williams. She swung so early that she was able to pull it, but almost hit her on the hands.
Yeah, this is a showdown. Elite pitcher, elite hitter going head-to-head.
Swinging, that one's popped up center of the diamond. Who's going to call it? First baseman calls right by home plate, makes the catch, and that retires the side.
And Dooley wins the battle against Williams. As we go to the bottom of the third inning, it'll be Dooley, Chevalier, and then Clawberg for Tampa coming up.
Now. Empanada. It's Mr. Empanada to you.
Now serving up scrumptious empanadas in convenient Tampa Bay locations. Mr. Empanada.
Connor, we're back here. No score so far. Spartans and Sharks.
Yeah, we've had 16 batters come up for both teams, only 3 hits. Neither team has walked, although we did see a hit batsman. 2 strikeouts for Nova, 1 for Tampa, and the lone extra base hit we saw last inning.
Here's McKaylee Dooley, bounces one right back to the circle. Easy play for the pitcher. Throws to first in time. 1 pitch and 1 out.
So we got Clawberg up.
Now batting for the Spartans, number 2, Steph Ballmer.
Pardon, Steph Ballmer up at the plate. Lauren Reyes as the flex tonight. She has been the flex most of the year. And Ballmer, just another player who's batted all over the lineup.
Takes the first pitch at her feet. 1 ball, no strikes.
And I think her as the leadoff hitter or as the number 9 hitter seems to be a good fit for the freshman. Obviously brings the glove over at shortstop.
Now the 1-0. Taken at the belt.
Chevalier awaits on deck. And it's the heart of the lineup. Gerb, Schmall, and Hernandez, 3-4-5 coming up for Nova in the top of the 4th inning. And some life from the Spartan bench trying to encourage Ballmer.
Did you see that? What did the umpire just call it, delay of game?
I think we might have.
Yeah, they awarded a ball.
So Kevin Jack with the call.
May have been an illegal movement, maybe an illegal pitch, or just a delay of game there. But now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Miriam Schmall, the sophomore from Bradenton, has looked good in the circle for Nova. 30 pitches, 2 hits, and a strikeout.
That one's grounded to shortstop. Should be an easy play. Hard throw to first is in time, and there are 2 gone.
Smooth footwork there by Williams, gliding to her left, makes it look easy. As the Spartans flip it to the top of the lineup, Lexi Chevalier up.
Chevalier 0 for 1, flied out her first time up.
She had a relatively deep fly out to Hawk to start things off in the first inning.
First pitch, a floater gets the outside corner, 0-1.
And the Spartans have played their best ball. It's been a collective effort all year, and it starts with the top of the lineup. See if Tampa can string together a few base hits.
And now the 0-1 pitch. Swing a liner center field, but that'll stay up for the center fielder, and that retires the side.
Yeah, Laguerre was in the right place at the right time because Chevalier gave it a ride, just hit the line drive right at her, and we go to the 4th inning. Spartans and Sharks.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
Well, welcome back inside the broadcast booth alongside Connor Moore. I'm Christopher Francisco on the call for you this evening. Spartans and Sharks, no score heading to the 4th inning. We've got a pitcher's duel on our hands, Connor.
Yeah, this is a fun game to watch right now because both pitchers look so comfortable in the circle, and it's really facing the hitters, and it may very well be a game in which the first team to score will be victorious.
Yeah, coming into this ball game, both teams' ERAs have been under 3.
Dooley looks dialed in, though, right now. Her and Farrell have been on since the first pitch, although that pitch, I think I had a jinx that time, as that one skipped well in front of Farrell.
It skipped in front of the batter and then bounced behind her.
So Dooley will look to forget about that pitch over this next one coming up.
That pitch is rocketed in the air, left center field. That ball's carrying. Back in the gap with a nice play by the center fielder Minor to make it the catch.
And that's why it's imperative, if you're an outfielder, always need to be ready, because Minor had not a whole lot of action thus far, but that one was driven into the left center field gap. She got on her horse and made the catch.
And the fences in this ballpark so deep. We talk about it all the time. We really don't see any balls go over the fence here.
That's true. We have yet to call a home run this season. Had a few close calls, a few off the wall.
Little bouncer to third. Should be an easy play for Worrell. Makes the throw in time. And there were two gone.
Yeah, Worrell fundamental over there at third base. Keeping it in front. It was hit relatively well. Makes the play and the strong throw across the diamond.
So now here's Hernandez. Takes a pitch at the belt. No balls and one strike.
Aubrey Hernandez, mentioned Overland Park, Kansas native. Rock Chalk Jayhawks. They're in the March Madness, which of course is going on. We have no games going on as of now, so glad to be watching this softball because it's been a showdown between Dooley and Schmall.
Now the 1-1. Slow chopper left side, foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, for those of you Spartan fans, get ready for the bottom of the 4th inning. Clawberg, Minor, and Worrell, 2, 3, 4. Could be something special coming up for the Spartans.
Now the 1-2. Fouled back this way.
Dooley is taking over this game. She is on another level right now pitching.
That one's skied in the air, shallow right side of the infield, towards the line. Clawberg makes the catch, and that retires the side. So nothing across for Nova Southeastern in the 4th. Spartans coming up, still no score.
At Jimmy John's, we're freaks about best-in-class ingredients, so it's no wonder we announced our new 9-grain wheat sub in the middle of a wheat field. When you've got news this big, it's not enough to just add it to the menu. Where's the freak yeah in that? To celebrate a new sandwich with a taste so inspired, we introduced it in the place that inspired it. The new Jimmy John's 9-grain wheat sub, now available at a Jimmy John's much, much, much closer to you. Wheat yeah?
Getting set now for the home half of the 4th inning here in Tampa. Still no score. Spartans and Sharks locked in a pitcher's duel here.
Yeah, Christopher, I'll give you a rundown of what we got so far. The Spartans have 12 putouts, Sharks with 9, 5 assists for Nova, 4 for Tampa. Spartans have 6 fly balls, only 3 for the Sharks. Both teams with 4 ground balls. And we mentioned there's only 1 extra base hit thus far, and that came back with the lone hit was Kayla Kite, the third baseman, had that last inning for Nova. So Schmall back. Miriam, she's been good in the circle today.
Yeah, just 3 hits altogether in this ball game. Really no offense to speak of so far.
But like I said earlier, this could be the inning for the Spartans. Clawberg, Minor, and Worrell, 2 of the veteran ball players capable of getting on and manufacturing some offense. For Clawberg, she's grown a great deal at the plate. keeps it simple, does not try to do too much, just tries to take what's given to her and find the gaps to drive base hits.
Clawberg is 1 for 1, a single, her only time up. That came back in the first.
On that hard hit ball to Mayers, that
first pitch is taken down and in for ball 1.
Mentioned Dooley has a great pitch count. Schmall is not too bad herself. She only has 38 pitches here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Swing a liner, left center field. That's going to fall in the gap and keep on rolling. Clawberg on her way to second. Round second there. Heads back to second base as the Sharks get the throw in. It's a leadoff double for Christina Clawberg.
See Coach Cantor there at third base. Whoa, hold on a second. What a hit, Christina Clawberg. 2 for 2. Has really seen the ball well. And that one crushed into the left center field gap. And we will have a pinch runner now.
Your attention, please. Pinch running for Spartans, number 11, Mackenzie Allen.
Mackenzie Allen has taken over the role of being the first bench player off for a pinch runner. As we see her again, of course, Brianna Taphouse also pinch runs, but Mackenzie Allen, when she's out there, she's running on the bases, trying to bring the Spartans that first run.
Yeah, Allen so far this season, she has 3 at-bats, no hits, but she has scored 5 runs.
Now batting for the Spartans, number 22, Corinne Miner.
So big chance here for the 3-place hitter, Corinne Miner.
Yeah, anything that gets past the infield, expect Allen to send it to home.
First pitch, she shows bunt, and it comes up and in for a ball.
Watch out, up and in.
That defensive alignment there, no one was covering second base, so Allen was able to come almost halfway down the line to third.
Corinne also had a single in the first inning. 22 hits on the season.
Now the 1-0 shows bunt again and bunts it foul.
So Corinne Miner now tied with Sam Worrell and Maddie Farrell. All have 22 hits.
Connor, kind of an interesting idea here to have your third place hitter bunt with the runner on second, nobody out.
Yeah, it's that kind of game, I guess, where at this stage runs are at a premium, so
doesn't show bunt there, but takes a strike on the inside corner, a ball and 2 strikes.
Any way Tampa can get on the board, they'll take it. And at this stage, obviously, with 2 strikes, cannot bunt.
Now the 1-2, taken upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Plate discipline there by Miner. Not budging on a pitch that looked good originally, but tailed out of the strike zone.
Spartans trying to get on the board here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Intense part of the ball game.
2-2 pitch sits upstairs, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And it's remarkable how momentum can change so drastically in a single at-bat.
Definitely.
Schmoll came out, got ahead in the count, but now, full count, see what Miner can do.
Well, here comes the payoff pitch. Swinging a slow chopper to third. Look back the runner at second, throw to first in time, and that's the first out.
And Corinne got a pitch to hit. She just rolled over it, unfortunately, but credit Schmoll for hanging in there, and 2 down.
Now batting for the Spartans, number 24, Sam Worrell.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Sam Worrell. 0 for 1, flat out to right field, her only time up.
Maddie Farrell on deck.
Runner on second, only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch is taken up and away for a ball.
Mackenzie Allen's getting the secondary lead that she needs. Anything that gets away from the catcher, potentially, in Hernandez back there, we may see Allen advance.
Now the 1-0. Taken down and away, ball 2. Now the 2-0 pitch. A good floater there, gets the outside corner.
Yeah, Schmal took a lot off of that. Hung up there and froze Worrell at the plate. Neither team with a hit with runners in scoring position. Sam will look to change that for Tampa.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball left field. That ball's carrying. That ball will be caught by the left fielder. Allen tags, trying for third. The throw is not in time.
Heads up base running by Allen.
That was a good play by the left fielder Wang to stay with that ball as it kept carrying towards the fence.
Yeah, Chris, you talked about the wind, and that certainly went for a ride.
Yeah.
Off the bat, thought it may be trouble, but it being a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Pressure, however, on Hernandez at this stage with Allen only 60 feet away.
Mm-hmm. Big chance here for Farrell. And the first pitch is a called strike.
Chris, I was calling the Tampa baseball game against Valdosta State. We saw a suicide squeeze in that game. It didn't work out, unfortunately. But obviously with 2 outs here, not expecting that. But
yeah, it'll be interesting to see a squeeze here with 2 outs and the catcher at the plate. You never know, though.
It's been a pitcher's duel. Offense has been hard to come by. The one thing that Farrell may have an advantage of here, though, is with Allen being on third base, do you think Schmal would be aggressive enough to take a chance throwing one in the dirt in which Hernandez would be tasked with stopping it? I don't know. Farrell may see pitches in the zone predominantly here.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd try something like that, but again, you never know.
Yeah? Farrell grounded out to Williams in the second inning. He's behind 0-1.
A big hole here up the middle. If it gets by the pitcher, it's a sure base hit. 0-1 pitch is outside.
Matty Farrell, 12 runs batted in though so far, looking to make it 13.
That pitch is in the dirt.
So our question is answered. That one stopped by Hernandez. What a play behind the plate. Allen was tempted to make a dash at home, but thought better of it. Would have been out by a mile.
Now the 2-1. Just misses the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Look for something out over the plate here. Favorable 3-1 count.
Here comes the 3-1. Inside ball 4. And now the Spartans have runners on the corners with 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th.
Credit Farrell. She was taking a big cut there, but held back just in time to work the walk. So runners on the corners now for Emily Jansen.
Jansen came into the ball game batting .221. 7 runs batted in. Spartans trying to break through here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch. Paints the outside corner.
It's been an inning in which Miriam Schmal has had to work. Already 15 pitches here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Now the 0-1 pitch. Slap to the right side foul. No balls and 2 strikes.
As we look ahead for Nova in the top of the 5th inning, it's Mayers, Wang, and Baldridge. 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Sharks.
Now the 0-2. Strike 3 called, and that retires the side. So the Spartans strand 2 runners.
And Christopher, I don't know what was better, the pitch or the punch out by Kevin Jack over there. It was a premier dance move that time. I like that.
No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base heading to the 5th inning, and Tampa still no score.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. More me time. More me time. Because the more I have, the more I have to have more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
McKaylee Dooley's back in the circle for the Spartans in the top half of the 5th inning. We got no score here in Tampa.
And Christopher, what a game it has been. If you like defense and you like quality pitching, it came to the right place. As we take a look, there have been pretty even stat distribution when you look across the board for both teams.
First pitch skips in and hits Myers. We've seen a few of those pitches this evening for McKaylee Dooley that skip in front of the batter, in front of the batter's box.
Yeah, and Dooley is not afraid to challenge hitters up and in. Mm-hmm. And sometimes she can lose control and the ball can escalate and get away. And we saw that time. So the leadoff runner on base for the Sharks.
There goes the runner. Lined into left field, that's a base hit, and now the Sharks have the first 2 runners on.
And it was an odd sequence there because you saw as the pitch was being delivered, Ballmer was moving, however, moving in the wrong direction as the ball went to her right side as she was going towards second base, and Wang gets the base hit. So we have a pinch hitter. Pardon, I think looked like there may be a pinch hitter, but it will be Baldridge coming up, the junior from Derby, Kansas. See a few players.
Shows that one, and that pitch hits her as well. Wow.
So some tough luck the Spartans have run into here in the top of the 5th inning, and all of a sudden the bases are loaded.
Now McKaylee Dooley's going to get a talking to from the coach.
And I think we're going to have a change, actually, Christopher. We do see Corinne Miner now, and she does not enter a situation that will be easy as there is nobody out and the bases are loaded. Although one positive may be that Dooley should very well be fresh for the doubleheader tomorrow, having only thrown 55 pitches in today's outing.
Miner coming into this ball game, a 1.68 earned run average, 12 appearances, 5 starts, 41 2/3 innings pitched.
And all of a sudden, this game has gotten real, and it is going to be an intense matchup between Corinne Miner and Kaylee Kite, the senior from Jacksonville. Who will win this matchup? If you're Miner, it's imperative to get ahead in the count. Do not want to trail behind. Spartans have a meeting in the circle for the infielders, breaking away. The 3 runs are responsible for Dooley.
Dooley takes over in right field. Chevalier moves to center. Big at bat here. Miner's first pitch. He's taken outside for a ball. Infield comes in trying to cut down the run at home. Now the 1-0. Taken outside, ball 2.
And the 2 pitches just missed the corner for Miner.
Miner desperately needs a strike here. Here comes a 2-0. And it's taken outside, ball 3.
So Kite will more than likely be taking at least 1, maybe 2 in this situation.
Here comes a 3-0. There's a called strike on the outer half. 3 balls and 1 strike. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Sharks looking to get on the board first.
Dicey situation right now here in Namoli.
Now the 3-1. Swing a liner, left center, that's going to fall for a base hit. 1 run comes home. They're waving the second runner. Mess up there in left center field. 3 runs will score. The runner going all the way to third. It's a bases clearing triple, and the Sharks take a 3-0 lead.
And the Sharks faithful showing some appreciation. That's quality hitting right there. Taking the pitch, going opposite field. And the Spartans...
2 runs definitely would have scored on that play, but then a little mishap in left center field between Reyes and Chevalier.
And that's why you emphasize communication.
So Chevalier just moved over to the center fielder. There's still nobody out. The infield's still in.
And what did we say right before the at-bat started? How crucial it was to get ahead in the count, because working from behind in a predicament with the bases loaded, nobody out, it's tough. It's not easy. It's
not a recipe for success. That ball is flied in the air, shallow left field. Reyes trying to find it. Almost in the infield, makes the catch. And that's the first out of the 5th.
So that's very helpful right now because, of course, the runner, Kite over there, was unable to tag up. And if you're able to get the Guerre, the number 1 hitter right now, you could have 2 outs and maybe escape only surrendering 3.
Infield still in, first pitch. It's a called strike.
So the Spartans will have to work from behind. It will be Phillips, Dooley, and Balmer in the bottom of the 5th inning.
0-1, pitch sits upstairs. Now the 1-1 shows bunt. The runner comes halfway down to home. They got her in a rundown now. Throw back to the pitcher, and the ball goes away, and the run scores. Another defensive mishap by the Spartans, and now it's 4-0 Sharks. Seemed like an easy run down there, Connor, but...
Yeah, at that stage, when you're trying to pin down a runner like that, you want to get them out right away, because the longer the chase down ensues, the more likely that something crazy could happen, and we saw that right there.
Maybe Miner just took her eye off the ball for a second. Ball glanced off her glove. Now is a slow chopper to third. Throw on to first is in time, and that's the second out.
And now, with Nova putting up a 4 spot here in the top of the 5th inning, you know that when the Spartans get into the dugout, maybe there will be a spark. With the defensive laps, maybe that can energize and spark this Spartan offense that has been held in check by Miriam Scholl. She deserves a ton of credit with how she's pitched tonight. But coming up for the Spartans, they have the bottom third of the lineup, and if they get on, you flip it to the top of the lineup, and you can maybe get something going.
Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the 1-1. Taken outside, ball 2.
So of the 4 runs, 2 are earned and 2 will go to Dooley. The 1 run that was surrendered by Minor was unearned.
2-1 is up and away. Now the 3-1 pitch. It's popped up. Center of the diamond. Minor calls herself and makes the catch. And that finally retires the side. But 4 runs for the Sharks. Gives them a 4-0 lead. Middle of the 5th inning here in Tampa. Spartans coming up, trying to get on the board.
Robin.
And I'm Chris.
We're the brothers behind Firehouse Subs. The last thing anyone needed was another sub shop.
They needed a better one.
We built Firehouse Subs on quality and quantity.
And I'm the quality.
Why my quantity?
Are you kidding?
Try our hook and ladder sub.
Smoked turkey breasts, Virginia honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese.
Yeah, all served steaming hot on a toasted sub roll. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree,
it's free.
On him.
It's on him.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Welcome back to the Namoli Family Stadium. Tampa Spartans, Nova Southeastern Sharks in a Friday night softball showdown. You're watching on the Sunshine State Digital Network. Joined by Christopher Francisco, I'm Connor Moore. Christopher, what happened there for the Sharks to strike for 4 there in the top of the 5th inning?
Able to string together some hits, coupled by some Spartan defensive miscues. Got 4 runs on the board.
And the analogy that I like in any sport is put pressure on the defense. And we saw that by Nova. Just putting the ball in play forces Tampa to make a play. And it's easy to assume it's going to be bang, bang. But time and time again, we've seen from team after team, it's not always that simple. Where it can get a little chaotic and get a little unorthodox. And we saw that there.
And it was an interesting call by Coach Canner to remove McKaylee Dooley with bases loaded and nobody out. She'd been dealing the whole game. She's been one of the best pitchers in the conference all season long. It's still early in this ball game. Maybe let her stay in the ball game, but they decided to go with Minor, and Nova Southeastern scored 4 runs.
Well, the Spartans will look to return the favor. It's Bailey Phillips against Miriam Schmall. And the 58th pitch from the senior is in there for a strike. Both teams with 3 hits. Changeup. Thing of beauty there. 0-2.
It's a nasty pitch. When you're not expecting that, there's no way you can possibly hit it.
And we have seen a fine mix of pitches from Schmall, keeping the Spartans off balance up at the dish. The 0-2. Hit over second base. Making the play. Throw Gerp to Mayers. Retires Phillips. So we will see Lauren Pasco coming into hit where McKaylee Dooley was slotted to bat.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Spartans, number 5, Lauren Pasco.
And if you're Coach Canner here, Christopher, do you leave Pasco in to play maybe right field? Or
it's an interesting decision. You never know, but I wouldn't. I'd bring back Dooley.
So nobody on, 1 out. And the pitch from Schmall to Pasco. Low, ball 1.
It's funny, Connor, in the past there would have to be something terribly wrong to pinch hit for Dooley, but this season it's been a bit of a struggle for her at the dish.
For Tampa fans, though, it has been very nice as Pasco hits it up the middle, and she gets on base. So Lauren Pasco, little small ball, and she'll take it. We'll see how it is scored.
That high chopper just took forever to get to the shortstop. It was a tough play.
Yeah, this is one that could go either way. It really is difficult. I think an infield single is the decision, and you really can't disagree with that because Pasco, who runs so well, even if the shortstop Williams gets to it, it would have been a very close play. As that one is sent into right field, and it will fall. A base hit for Steph Ballmer, and the Spartans have something going in the bottom of the 5th inning. And one of the staples of when you're struggling at the plate, go opposite field. It's a perfect way to get out of a slump, and that shows some experience and poise at the plate for a freshman, in particular in Ballmer, taking the pitch and getting on base and advancing Pasco.
After that play, you could see Coach Canner at third talking to Pasco at second, telling her she probably should have been on third in that play. She got a bad read on that ball. That ball was hit down the line. The right fielder was playing more towards the gap.
So after cruising through 4 innings for both pitchers, the 5th inning has gotten intriguing right now from a fan's perspective as the Spartans knocking on the door. And the 0-1 skips 1-1 to Lexi Chevalier, who has flew out to Hawk and flew out to Laguerre in her 2 at-bats. Intense battle right now between 2 of the best teams in the Sunshine State Conference. That one's fouled off. Behind 1-2 now, Christopher. At the plate, what's the mentality for Lexi Chevalier?
Well, they're down by 4 runs, but really she just needs to make contact and hope she gets a base hit.
She will look to come back behind 1-2. 65th pitch from Schmall. Goes off speed, and Chevalier continues her at-bat. And you see first base coach and assistant Denise Rubio over there encouraging Lexi to stay in there, stay dialed in.
This is a big at-bat. She gets on base, the Spartans will bring the tying run to the plate.
It would be Christina Klauberg. And the 1-2, foul tipped and into the glove of Hernandez, and Miriam Schmall wins the battle. So the Spartans have had opportunities so far, and they still have 2 on here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Klauberg.
Klauberg is 2 for 2, 2 singles. Actually doubled her last time up.
And her last at-bat was, without a doubt, the best hit the Spartans accumulated, crushed into the left center field gap. If Klauberg gets on, Minor would be up next. The 0-1. Changeup upstairs. And the majority of the crowd on the edge of their seat right now. As the Spartans, they don't need to get all 4 back this inning, but you get the sense that getting 1 or 2 seems to be fitting right now. 2-1 the count. Schmall is being careful with Klauberg, as she's been the lone hitter that has looked all over Schmall this game, and now her 3rd at-bat. The 2-1, and that is hit, and that is going to send home Pasco, who scores. So the Spartans aggressive on the base pass. It ricocheted off good over at second. Should be a base hit, I believe, and it will be a base hit. for Kloberg, who's now 3 for 3, Christopher. She came to play tonight.
Yeah, and kind of a dangerous play to send Pasco home, but she's so fast that really there was no chance to throw her out.
And why not? I mean, Miriam Schmoll has dominated the Spartans.
Gotta push her on the cross any way you can.
Oh, how the ties have changed as the Spartans now trailing by 3 have the tying runner up here. If she's able to get on board, Minor Worrell on deck. Swinging first pitch and bobbling it is good. And she's coming home and she will score. Bomber. Holy cow, what is going on here named Molly? And did you see, did Cantor send Bomber? Did she go?
Cantor sent Bomber and crazy slide into home and able to get away from the tag.
So rushing to the circle is Julie Lemaire, the Sharks head coach. But I was looking over at Gerp at second, and next thing I know, I see Bomber in an all-out dash to home. And how about that slide to avoid the Hernandez tag? The throw beat Bomber, but some just creativity.
To fall around the catcher and reach back and tag home plate.
Electrifying sequence right now, and the Spartans now with 6 hits. So now Sam Worrell, who is 0 for 2, she flew out to Hawk and right and then Wang and left in the first and fourth inning, representing, at this point, the lead run she is at the plate. 2 outs, 2 on, 4-2 Nova Southeastern over Tampa. In the bottom of the 5th inning, the first of 3 games that will be played, doubleheader tomorrow. Please join in at noon as the first pitch just misses with the off speed.
The 5th inning has not been kind to these pitchers tonight.
And it seemingly came out of nowhere because the first 4 innings sailed by. It looked to be a pitcher's duel, and all of a sudden, 6 runs have been scored here in the 5th inning. That one brushed up against Worrell there. I thought that might hit her, but she's able to jump out of the way. And it's 2-0 for one of the best hitters in the Tampa lineup. And you can see Worrell was thinking about it that time, wanted to commit, and then by the time she decided, the ball was already in Hernandez's glove, and Kevin Jack was signaling strike.
That's a tough pitch because you're not expecting it, but if you're ready to hit it, that ball's sitting there on a tee.
Goes back to the changeup. Does not find the top of the strike zone. It's 3-1. 4, 5, 6 for Nova. Schmall, Hernandez, and Mayers will be coming up in the 6th inning. The 3-1, and Worrell works a walk, and the bases are full. And now Maddie Farrell will come up to bat. And Christopher, with the sun setting here, last glimpse of sun, this could be a factor in any pop-ups battling the sun before it sets. And
it's gotten low enough where there aren't really any shadows on the field, but there is still sort of that glare over the field in left field.
Well, how about this matchup? This is what people come to see. It's bases loaded. Spartans down by 2. Crunch time right now. Schmall and her first pitch. Swinging away foul. A little dribbler running hard in the shovel pass there by Gerp to Mayers. And Nova gets out of it, only surrendering 2. It was an eventful 5th inning on the Sunshine State Digital Network. Wonder what the 6th will bring to us. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, Sharks and Spartans in a softball duel right now. 4-2. Nova's got the edge. We have at least 2 innings left to play, should say, because of course we saw some extra inning antics. That was a remarkable game against Florida Tech that the Spartans came away with. But the Spartans, they've dealt with adversity all year long and have got to say they handle themselves very well in terms of dealing with it and continuing to compete and fight no matter what the score says. So Minor will stay in the circle, and she will face Miriam Schmall, who was hit by a pitch in the second and then grounded out to Warrell. Swinging away first pitch and making the catch is Pasco, who, Christopher, we talked about if Cantor would keep her in. And right away she's being tested, makes the catch. Aubrey Hernandez up. She sacrificed in the second and then popped out to Clawberg. What have you seen from Corinne Minor? Of course, came in an unfortunate situation for her with nobody out and the bases loaded, but she came in and then she was able to work through the 5th inning. And
yeah, she came in, first batter with the bases loaded, an initial 3-ball count, and then the liner into left center. She had the miscue there at home plate on the rundown, but then she settled in and was able to get through the inning.
And with the new inning coming about, she has looked sharp, now ahead 1-2 with the pitch, and that one just fouled off. Hernandez, Farrell had a chance to keep it in the glove for the strikeout, but it popped out last second. On deck, the first baseman, Mayers. 2-2 the count. And the payoff is served over to Pasco, who makes the catch. So 2 putouts for Lauren Pasco in her first inning in the field.
Yeah, she's always very smooth out there and right. She has great speed. Anything she gets to, she's probably going to make the play on.
She scored the first run last inning for Tampa. Of course, Stephanie Ballmer came around the second. And it's fair to say the Spartans earned those 2 runs. They really had to work for those. Did not come easy, but they got them on the scoreboard. 1-0. Misses. Two outs. And Minor has fallen behind 3-0. Taking all the way. Minor finds the strike zone. Mayers struck out in the second and was hit by a pitch to lead off the 5th inning and ultimately came around to score. Count moves full. What pitch do you go to here, Christopher?
Just got to throw a strike, really. Don't want to walk a batter with 2 outs.
She elects to go with the fastball up and in, and Mayers spoils it.
Again, we talk about it all the time. It's very likely anyone's going to hit a home run in this ballpark, so. With nobody on base, you can't really be burned with throwing a strike.
And the full count pitch sent on over to Ballmer. She fields, makes the throw, and a 1-2-3, top of the 6th inning for Corinne Minor. Spartans coming to bat.
What have we here? Another random school of fish. Watch as they mimic each other's every move. Even their own mothers can't tell these fish apart. In this school, there is no room for individualism. These fish live in fear.
right, welcome back to the Natamoli Family Stadium. For Christopher Francisco, I'm Connor Moore. Pleasure to have you with us. Spartans looking to make an upset right now against Nova, who is currently number 1 in the Sunshine State Conference. Spartans enter number 3, but we all know how much can change over the course of 3 games, which we played. Of course, doubleheader tomorrow at noon. Christopher, what do the Spartans need to do? They have 6 outs to work with. They need 2.
They got Jansen, Phillips, and Pasco coming up. Got to get on base and bring those runners home.
What have you liked from the aggressive nature of the Tampa offense tonight?
Well, they know they're going to have a tough time scoring runs, so they've been good at pushing the dial when they have to.
Definitely, and if the Spartans hope to win, they'll need to continue to build on just that notion right there, because you said Miriam Schmall, she has been fantastic in the circle, and the Spartans, the 2 runs they got came on some sloppy fielding.
Yeah, a couple infield hits.
Yeah. So Jansen will lead us off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Be pitch number 80 for Schmall. Here we go. Swinging away, and it's off Schmall's glove and through, and unable to retrieve it was Williams. How about that? That's going to be the 7th hit of the game for Tampa. And that play just is an exact replication of what we just talked about.
Definitely,
right there. Yeah. A ball hitting the infield, off the glove, ricochets through the in the infield to the outfield.
Doesn't go that far, but still able to get to first base.
So the Spartans with Jansen on first. It's Bailey Phillips. She's the designated player. Squaring a bunt. Jansen's going for 2 for this, and she's out. I think we have a safe call. I think she
has been awarded second base. Perhaps obstruction.
Okay, interesting. Steve Haney makes the call over at second, and that I think is the right call because she was out. She was certainly out, but the shortstop Williams did not allow Jansen an entry to slide.
Yeah, it was interesting because the throw was into the line that the runner has to get to second base.
What was your impression of Jansen dashing to second there? It
looked, I was a little surprised. I can't see first base completely here, so didn't really see her breaking initially.
But the ball didn't get too far away from Hernandez, so from my viewpoint, I was holding my breath because the throw beat her there.
And that play at second was interesting because one thing, the obstruction, but also it didn't look like the player had the ball in her hands when Jansen was sliding into her, and then Jansen tried to get around to touch the bag.
And sometimes the umpires don't get all the glory, but Steve Haney over there at second base making that call right on it, and sometimes those plays get away, and you look back and wonder how much the game could change if she was ruled out, but that was the correct call. And where we stand, Jansen's on second, 2-1 the count on Phillips, 4-2 Nova Southeastern with the lead. And the pitch way out in front there as that ball got away from Hernandez again. It will be the bottom of the lineup for the Sharks. Wang, Baldridge, and Kite, 7, 8, 9. Phillips struck out in the 2nd, and in the 5th inning, she grounded out to Kite. Got a full count now. And this is an intense stage of the game. The full count, cut on and missed. She gone. What a strikeout there. Miriam Schmall gets Bailey Phillips to chase at the enticing pitch that was eye level.
Now batting for Spartans, number 5, Lauren Pasco.
So Lauren Pasco up now.
That was an at-bat where I may have put the bunt on with nobody out, especially with Phillips struggling so much this season.
With Pasco up, are you expecting maybe some more small ball here with her?
Well, she's someone who's going to spray the ball around the field, not going to make too solid contact.
So pitch number 87 coming up. That was the 4th strikeout for Schmall. Her 44 mark on the season now. The infield is back, however, the outfield is in a few steps, not anticipating a high fly ball. Long wait, 1-1. A bit inside, and it's 2-1 now. On deck is Ballmer. Spartans are 7 for 23. That's a 304 mark. However, Schmall has made some pitches that have gotten the Sharks out of trouble time and time again. Slow chopper. It's going to be a tough play. Kite fields, but beating it out is Pasco, and the small ball continues to roll on for the Spartans.
That was a tough play for the third baseman. That ball was chopping high, but it looked like it was going to go foul if she kept let it keep bouncing.
So here we go. Runners on the corners. 1 out. Ballmer at the plate. And now, Christopher, I got to mention, do you perhaps maybe send Pasco to force Hernandez to maybe throw it? And, of course, on third base, Jansen can maybe relay and come home. We see the secondary lead there by Pasco. What do you do here?
It's interesting. It looks like Nova is expecting it the way that the catcher jumped out of her seat that time. So,
but do you?
After Ballmer, the lineup switches back to the top. I wouldn't risk anything right now.
Okay.
Already down by 2 runs. You're getting late. Don't want to give them any free
You let
outs.
Ballmer swing the bat. All right. Well, it's 0-1 with 1 out. Ballmer's swinging away. It's a pop up, and it will. It hits the screen. Giving it a look was Hernandez.
Couldn't tell that ball hit the screen. It kind of came down perfectly like it didn't, but
yeah, and Hernandez, she kept us guessing right there. She couldn't tell. She was looking at it, and then you can see.
And the screen didn't move at all either, like it got hit.
So it's 0-2, 1 out. Schmall's delivery paints the corner.
The delayed strikeout call there by the home plate umpire.
Yeah, Kevin Jack with a series of dance moves.
Yeah.
With the emphatic punch out. And now Lexi Chevalier. What do you look for Lexi to do here at a pivotal point in the game?
There's a big hole up the middle. Just go with the pitch and ground her up the middle to score a run.
And with Pasco on first and Jansen at third, the thought still looms about perhaps sending Pasco and continuing to put pressure on the defense, maybe come away with a run. So 1-0. Down the middle for a strike. And we have to factor in Miriam Schmall's pitch count now as she's nearing the 100 mark. Wonder how much more she has left. 1-1. Chevalier into right field. It's a base hit. Pasco advancing to third. Takes a turn and scoring is Jansen. And Lexi Chevalier. She was hitless in her first 3 at-bats, but that all changed in at-bat number 4.
Clutch hit there from Chevalier, able to go with that pitch and just line it into right center field, not trying to do too much with it. Push across the run, keep the line moving, and gives Christina Klauberg a chance to tie this ball game.
And it has to be the same approach now for Klauberg. However, she's 3 for 3, so she's dialed in right now and hoping to go 4 for 4, but it's got that same mentality Chevalier had. Go opposite field, ride the pitch, and take it where it's left. And that's a... Oh, my. Look at all this. So it's a wild pitch that Pasco will score. And then with the errant throw, trying to get Pasco out, advancing all the way up to third is Chevalier. And the Spartans are 60 feet away from taking the lead and maybe having 3 outs left against the bottom of the lineup for the Sharks in the 7th inning.
It's about the worst thing that could possibly happen for the Sharks right there. Runner on third, threw a wild pitch to tie the game.
So offense has come alive over the last 2 innings.
Clawberg didn't have to do anything, and this game is tied.
And the Spartans have mounted 9 hits, 4 runs to show for it, and they're not done yet. Lexi Chevalier, 60 feet away for Christina Clawberg, who has been spectacular at the plate, could be the exclamation point for the Spartans. It's a 1-0 count. Pitch is low, 2-0. Well. Highly anticipated moment coming up here for both sides. The 2-0, 3-0, and these last 3 pitches, Schmall has not been close to finding the strike zone.
Perhaps getting a little tired here. She's
Fatigue.
nearing the 100 pitch mark.
Fatigue setting in. So it's a 3-0. No surprise, Clawberg in all-out take mode there. With a 3-1 count, she's looking for her pitch. And the pitch. Again, taking all the way. That looked to be a decent pitch to hit. But you can understand why Clawberg was maybe hoping to get a ball and set up Minor with the runners on the corners. But fighting back is Miriam Schmall. It will be pitch number 100 coming forward. 3-2. Fouled off. Clawberg has won the battle in the first 3 at-bats. What do you expect here? Full count here. Bat number 4, Chevalier on third.
Just looking to make solid contact. Again, I keep talking about the hole up the middle.
Yeah, it's
just go with the pitch and bounce one up that way.
And it's served into right field. There's a base hit. Christina Clawberg, 4 hits. How about the day she is having on what has been a career night?
3 singles and a double gives the Spartans the lead.
And now the Spartans have come alive. 5 runs. And Corinne Minor looking to keep it going. And the first pitch, fastball for a strike. So now we have to look ahead to the top of the 7th. Expect Corinne Minor to stay out there, face the bottom of the lineup. Long pause from Schmall. And to your point, she was so dynamic in the early goings, but I think she just ran out of gas at this stage because fatigue is kicking in with 105 pitches coming up now.
No one warming up in the Sharks bullpen, so this is her inning to finish at least.
And the plate discipline is one of those marks we don't talk about a whole lot, but the Spartans are very composed up there at the plate. They make pitchers work, and they present difficult at-bats time and time again. And it's 3-1 now. And that will call for a meeting in the circle between Schmall and Hernandez. As the Spartan offense has come alive, now up to 10 hits for the outing. Spartans are 10 for 27 at the plate. That's a 370 mark. Well above their average. And they're 4 for 13 with runners in scoring position. And 3 for 9 with 2 outs. This is the 10th 2-out at bat. Full count to Minor. Upstairs, ball 4. And that sets up Sam Worrell with 2 on and 2 out.
And our batting for the Spartans, number 44, Sam Worrell.
Are you surprised that Schmall is still out there having run into this trouble?
A little bit, but they don't seem like they want to take her out at all.
And it's understandable we have the doubleheader tomorrow. Maybe another pitcher, Lexi Straw, want to keep her fresh. But like you said, head coach Julie Lemaire is leaving her pitcher out there. She will look to fight through this. This will not be an easy task. Sam Worrell with 2 on.
Well, they've given up the lead, but this game has not gotten away from them yet. They just need to get out of this inning. They're only down by 1.
Indeed, and if you're Tampa, want to keep your foot on the gas pedal and get some more insurance runs. As this game will have a major impact on the conference standings, of course, coming into this one, Nova was 9-3, Tampa 9-6.
Count now 2 balls and 1 strike.
2-2 is the changeup lofts in there. If you're Schmall and the Sharks, you go back to the changeup or stay with the fastball? Here we go. It's a sky-high pop-up in the infield. Who's going to call for it? Oh, my goodness. And we have an error on Schmall. Christopher, what happened?
That's, you never want your pitcher fielding those plays, those pop-ups. You want your position players who are more practiced with that to come down and make the play.
We saw the confusion. Schmall took her eye off it for a second, and by the time she regrouped, it was too late.
It didn't look like anyone wanted to call that pop-up in the center of the diamond.
So the Spartans certainly have the momentum favoring them right now as they sport a 6-4 advantage.
Complete turnaround of this ball game.
And the pitching change that's being made, it may be just a little bit too late. And it is Schroer, who we have seen time and time again. She has 64 strikeouts across 108 innings and a shiny 2.92 earned run average. We also have Erica Winter, who's pitched 10 innings. Maybe a case to see her tomorrow. And how much can that influence the game on a play like that, Christopher?
That play is just a mental killer, really. Seemed like you're just about to get out of the inning, and then you have an easy pop-up there, dropped in the center of the diamond.
And I know you're a Met fan. I'm a Yankee fan. You know what I'm about to say. Those pop-ups come to my favorite second baseman. I think we all know.
Luis Castillo.
Yes. Alex Rodriguez.
I saw that play one time live on TV. I have not watched it since. I can't. It's just I can't stomach that.
That play. Oh, my. The bottom of the 9th inning. Holy cow. Mets are going to be good this year, though. They got Robinson Cano,
he's
Jed Lowry.
Fantastic. Their pitching is still unbelievable. DeGrom won Cy Young. Going to be a good year in Queens.
Baseball is back, but more importantly, the Spartans softball team leading 6-4. And right now, if the score holds up, it would be quite the comeback after trailing 4-0 just in the top of the 5th, just an inning and a half ago. The 1-0 to Farrell, outside 2-0. And the 2-0. Fouled off. And how about the Lauren Pasco substitution? She has been a game changer for Tampa coming in off the bench.
2 for 2. She's scored a couple of runs.
I've seen some defense from her, some base running. Farrell rips it down the left field line, foul. So 2-2 with 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Tampa 3 outs away from taking the first game.
Still looking for more runs, though.
The 2-2. Farrell thought about it. Count goes 3-2. And what a lengthy half inning this has been. Tampa has been up to bat for quite some time. And the full count pitch from Strawer. She gone. Goes with the changeup. Foul tip into the glove of Hernandez, but not before the Spartans strike for 4. And we'll keep it right here as we get ready for the top of the 7th inning. Christopher, talk to me. We got Wang, Baldridge, and Kite. Kite, she's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 3 runs batted in. She'll be batting third. What do the Spartans got to do to stop her, who's having a phenomenal ball game so far?
Well, they have a 2-run lead, so they definitely have to make sure none of the batters in front of her get on base. Don't want to let her be the tying run at the plate.
Christopher, catch us up with the statistics thus far for the Sharks and the Spartans. What has stood out to you in particular?
Well, for the Sharks, they're 3 for 20 overall. They only have 2 runners left on base, so they really haven't had many chances with runners in scoring position.
And the one thing going off that stands out is not only how successful the Spartans have been, but the opportunities with runners in scoring position. My oh my, 15 at bats with runners in scoring position to the Sharks 6. If you have an advantage like that, which is a significant 9 at bat difference, you should be good on most occasions.
And Connor, first 4 innings of this ball game, what do we say? It's a pitcher's duel. Well, not so much anymore. 6-4.
And as is the case with any level of playing ball, once you get into the bullpen, anything can happen, and we saw that. And I know for the Sharks, we talked about fatigue and the high pitch count coming in for Schmall. Have to look at that. Maybe she just went a little bit too far, and if Strawer, who looked good on that strikeout, came in a little bit earlier, I'm sure Nova would love to have gone back and made that change. What have you seen from Wang, though? She singled back in the 5th inning, struck out in the 2nd tonight. That has stood out.
She's able to get a base hitter last time, scored one of the Nova Southeastern runs. She's looked comfortable at the plate, although she does have 1 strikeout.
So Corinne Miner will look to get the win for the Spartans. She's thrown 30 pitches in 2 innings. First pitch outside. If the score holds, it would be Corinne's 5th victory on the year. The 1-0. Watch out inside. The 2-0. And it seems evident this leadoff batter here in the inning will determine how the rest of this game will play. If the Spartans are able to get Wang out, they should be okay. But if she gets on board, anything can happen.
It's comfortable right now, but if any runner gets on base, then you start to hold on for a bit.
So by no means is it a comfortable lead for the Spartans, as they've trailed, have not led until last inning. So this is their first lead, but it's coming at a good time in the later stages of the game. We got a full count as Corinne Miner has worked back.
This is an important pitch here. You can't walk the first hitter.
The 3-2, the punch out, she gone. And for Corinne Miner, strikeout number 1.
Miner just threw that pitch and said, "Here, come hit it." And
yeah, it looked.
Wang didn't even swing.
Yeah, Wang was hoping for the walk. And Corinne knew that. Came with the gas. She gone with the strikeout.
Interesting, though. She's 1 for 2.
So now we got Baldrige up at the plate with 1 down. The Sharks are down to their final 2 outs.
She was hit by a pitcher last time up and scored. One of a couple hit by pitches in that 5th inning for Nova.
We have a 1-1 count. Here we go. Cut on and missed. And Corinne Miner has come in relief and has changed the complexion of the ball game for Tampa. Really settled down when she came in. Of course, some defensive woes allowed Nova to strike for 4, but how about that? Another strikeout back-to-back, 2 for Corinne Miner. Pure domination, and Tampa 1 out from the promised land. But this player, third baseman, with 2 doubles, Kayla Kite, how good has she been today?
She's been great, 2 for 2, a couple doubles. Drove in 3 runs her last time up.
And
the important thing here for the Spartans is, though, she can't tie the game.
Yeah, and I think the Spartans are happy this is only her 3rd at-bat because she has made the most of those 2 opportunities. The changeup on the money, and it's 1-1. 10 strikes in a row. As that one is skied, pardon, 10 wins in a row. As that is your ball game. And the Spartans take it 6-4. Christopher, how about that?
This is a huge character-building win for the Spartans. They were down 4-0 in the late innings, but were able to march their way back and take the lead their last time up. And this is a huge conference win for them.
And talk about having a team's number. 10 consecutive victories for the Spartans. That's got to feel good when you come out to play, knowing you've had such a monumental advantage when you face this team in recent play.
Yep.
So, Christopher, let's take a rundown of the stats. The Spartans had 10 hits, 6 runs, and I think the star of the game, obviously in the circle, was Corinne Miner. But Christina Klauberg, 4 for 4. What did she do that propelled the Spartans tonight?
She went with the pitches that were given to her. She sprayed the ball all over the field and was able to find the holes and get on base.
Well, what a victory for the Spartans. Thanks for tuning in. For Christopher Francisco, I'm Connor Moore on the Sunshine State Digital Network. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at noon. We have a doubleheader. Same 2 teams, Nova and Tampa. Before we go, the Spartans improved to 18-9 on the year, and they collect their 10th win in league play, 10-6. Nova drops to 20-13 and 9-4 overall in conference play. Have a great night, everybody. Signing off.